Hey citizens, today we're going to cover the effects of distortion damage in Star Citizen Alpha 316. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on any of 11's hangar content. The ship we will be using for testing today is the Aegis Gladius Valiant. The distortion weapons will be two XJ3 distortion repeaters. Wraith Squad members Maestro and Sykes will be meeting me over at Grim Hex for testing. We are now in session, so let's get to it. Let's take a look at the effects of distortion damage when directed at the front of the ship. During this frontal assault, pay attention to the data in the blue bar. The icon to the far left represents heat being generated by the ship and is in direct relation to the cooler's ability to maintain safe operating temperatures. The icon to the far right represents the amount of power being distributed to the ship and is in direct relation to the power plant's ability to maintain sufficient power distribution. As the ship takes distortion damage, the shields begin to deplete. Notice the power levels start to drop. Once the shields are depleted, the MFDs begin to flicker and distort. Additionally, the nose gun starts to function intermittently. The final result is the MFDs shut off temporarily, but you still have functional targeting, weapons, and flight capability. You are able to quickly recover from this within 5 to 10 seconds, and in some cases even quicker, depending on your component's resistance to and recovery from distortion damage. However, if the distortion damage continues, you are unable to recover and your shields will not be able to charge. Now let's take a look at the effects of distortion damage to the rear of the ship. During this rear assault, pay attention to the data in the blue bar. Notice, as before, the shields begin to go down. There is a major difference here in the heat and power. As the power levels start to decline, the heat levels start to go up. This is an indication of the coolers failing to maintain operable temperatures, which ultimately causes the ship to fully shut down. Due to the extraordinary amount of heat generated when this happens, this target also becomes highly susceptible to infrared missiles.
Aegis combat assist activated. Systems green.
Unlike the frontal assault, you have no flight control, no weapons, and no targeting. Until the temperatures decline, the ship will not turn on. If distortion damage continues, the ship will be incapable of powering on.
Systems offline. Aegis combat assist activated. Systems green. Aegis combat assist activated. Aegis combat assist activated. Systems green.
Now let's take a look at why this is happening. The components are located on the top of the ship, and the coolers are positioned rearward, close to the engines. From testing, it appears that distortion damage from the XJ series repeaters is a more devastating effect when the fire is focused near the coolers, and creates enough fluctuation of power and heat to render the ship inoperable. You can focus your fire by using sub-targeting. A link to the sub-targeting video will be available at the end of this video. Additionally, we have tested this tactic with identical results on the Anvil Arrow, the Drake Buccaneer, the Crusader Ares, and the Banu Defender. I would assume if you increase the amount of distortion repeaters, then the results would prove to be just as devastating in a shorter period of time. This has also been confirmed to work when using the ATVS distortion repeaters on the Vanguard platform. The ability to disrupt avionics and shut down a ship while engaged adds a new dynamic to combat scenarios. I've always been a fan of distortion weapons and the opportunity that they bring into consideration. Being aware of weapons' capabilities will help in decision making when attacking or defending. In that same vein, I hope that this session was helpful. Let me know what you think in the comments. Session dismissed. Till next time, stay frosty, and I'll see you in the verse. 11 out.